I am videoing and I am one viewer.
I did not get anybody else for the speech. I got the wrong day. So, anyways, my name is Alexis Walker and I will be discussing the Roe versus Wade topic. In recent studies, I have found that almost 300,000 women, which is about half of the population of Wyoming, die in childbirth every year, according to Our World in Data article. I feel as if I am qualified to discuss this topic because I am a young woman approaching the age where childhood is in question about my life. I have done a ginormous amount of research on this topic for the past 2 years. This is something I've always been interested in talking about with my peers. I will be discussing about how women are constantly losing rights because of abortion being illegal, as well as many women and babies dying due to childbirth. My main point, I will be discussing how women and babies are dying every day. I feel like this is a conversation that is not taken into consideration, or that was not taken into consideration when pursuing with going into Roe versus Wade. There were many women and men that voted for Roe versus Wade to go into effect, but I don't think they understood that there are many medical reasons for the mom as well as the baby. Some of the medical reasons that moms die during childbirth is because of high blood pressure, excessive bleeding, and blood infections. As well as moms dying because of childbirth, there are also reasons for the baby. And this could include low birth weight, premature labor, and birth defects. A baby should not have to die, should not have to come into this world with a birth defect that they cannot help themselves out, that cannot help them throughout the world, where they have to have assistance with everything that they need. That is not only torturing the baby, but also as well as torturing the mother who would not want to bring a baby into this world with those kind of defects. The next reason I would like to discuss is women losing rights. Women such as Susan B. Anthony and many others started fighting for our rights in 1851. This continued on for about 50 years. One of the reasons that women were fighting for rights was we didn't have the chance to vote, and we wanted more respect from men, that we can go throughout every day doing everyday things and not having to listen to a man. But last year we lost our rights to our own bodies. That should have never been in discussion with women losing rights to their own bodies. Sorry. Men shouldn't be able to dictate what we do with our bodies, and neither should other women. You should be able to determine what you want to do with your own body, with your baby that you produced or accidentally consumed. There are many situations, such as rape situations, as well as accidental pregnancies, that shouldn't have to go into effect. What if there was a situation where one of the mothers was doing drugs and it really messed up her baby? Why should a man have to dictate whether, or even the government have to dictate whether she has to keep that baby or not, or has to bring that baby into the world? We are constantly losing our rights, and we are taking many steps backwards from what several women, such as Susan B. Anthony, fought for women. Continuing on with that fact, there are foster systems and group homes that are put into place for children that are not wanted or where the parents aren't being able to take care of them, such as drug-related issues or family issues, money issues. I mean, there's a lot when it goes into making a kid. But people aren't realizing that the foster systems, not all of them are great. There's actually quite a few of them where the children are being mentally abused, they're physically abused, sexually abused, and it's not okay. And for someone to want a kid to go there is not something I could ever stand by, because they're not all sunshine and roses. Like, it's not great all the time. It's not something a kid should ever have to go through. But in conclusion, no one is realizing the rights that women are actually moving. We're taking so many steps backwards, and when are we going to as women to stop us from losing all of our rights? Women and babies are dying every day. We're losing our rights, and it's not okay. I personally would never have an abortion. It's not something that I would do unless necessary. But I'm not the person to sit there and tell another woman, you're not okay for killing a baby. That's not how we should look at what's happening. We should look at the reason. We don't know each other's stories. So why are we making a government issued rule on what we can and can't do with our own bodies? Women are suffering every day due to the fact that the government is putting rules on women. And it really upsets me to the fact that both women and men, were going for Roe versus Wade to go into effect.